Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video where today I'm just gonna be telling you guys how to always know who the imposter is. Make sure you join my Discord server because I know I have not been active on YouTube that much lately, but I promise you I'll be making more videos very soon. Now let's get straight into the video. Quick disclaimer before the video starts, I have to say these are not my clips. I literally just downloaded them from YouTube. They are by Clash of Fun. These are not my clips. I will say that again. Okay, so number one, know where the tasks are and how people do them. And when I say this, I mean you have to know where tasks are because people might confuse you. Because if you see somebody walking into weapons on the right side, there is a task there that diverts power. Now, if you see somebody when the game just starts, if you see somebody walk and go near that, they're definitely the imposter because they're faking that task. Because you actually have to go into electrical to do that task first, because it's like a lead up task. That's what I mean by it. Also, another thing is make sure to look at where, if they have any visual tasks, such as the shields, the garbage chute, the med bay, and the asteroids, because then you could actually see if they are doing the task or if they're faking it. And another thing for this tip is to make sure that you know where every task is. Next up is don't always focus on your tasks. Make sure to focus on where everyone is going. And this, of course, does require memory. And basically why this is important is this is probably one of the most important ones. It's important to know that if like somebody like green and pink are going onto the right side of the map and then everyone else goes to reactor and then we see a body, like pink's body, all the way on the right, then you'd know that it was green because they were the only ones on the right side of the map while everyone else went on the left. That's what I mean by it. So just make sure you know where everyone is, not at all times, but just make sure. Here's an honorable mention. Make sure also like actively on cams and on maps. I definitely suggest having your speed at 1.5, 1.75, or 1.25. Those are, in my opinion, the best speeds. Everything else is just not fair. Next up is know the vent system. And when I say this, I mean you literally have to know where all the vents lead up. Like in electrical, that is the most common one. If you're, like this one game, I was in security, and as soon as I got off comms, I saw the med bay vent open. And then I looked in cams, and I saw somebody walk out of med bay. And then I went to electrical, and there was a body there, and I knew who it was. And when I say this, I mean like that admin vents, the shield vents, the navigation vents. Just know where they are and where they can go, because then you could trace who it is by them saying I was there or if I was not. And even if they were lying, somebody could back you up and say no, I was there and he wasn't, if you know what I'm saying. Next up is if you are playing with friends, you have to know them. And when I say this is like if you play with people that you know or play with usually, know how they act when they're crewmate versus imposter. Because most of the time when people are crewmates, they talk normally. They accuse everyone and say that and say that. But when they're imposter, they're quiet. They don't talk like at all unless they're trying to agree with you or for voting for somebody. They don't really accuse anyone, and then they randomly just start shouting it's him even though he's the imposter, of course. So that's what I mean by that. That is also an honorable mention.
And then the last one is kind of very misunderstood, but is probably one of the best ones to know. And this is look at the way the people move. When I say this, you might be very confused on like, what the hell am I talking about? But when I say this, I mean, if people are moving strangely, like they're going in one direction and then turning the other without doing a task or going to a very designated spot, they're the imposter. Because most of the time, crewmates know where they're going because they're trying to go to their tasks, stop the reactor, O2, fix lights, or something like that, or they're just trying to find bodies. But when you're the imposter, you're really just trying to look for people that are alone. So if you see two people walking to med bay, like walking onto the left side of the map, and you follow them, and you see that the imposter goes to engine and then switches right back to med bay, he's the imposter. It's pretty obvious. That's what I mean by look at the way people move. Because like if somebody starts like twitching around and saying should I go that way or that way, they're the imposter. Because most of the time they literally do that. here's the last honorable mention. And this one is actually really helpful. I found this one most helpful. And yes, I did make this one up myself. I did not hear anyone say this. When somebody is sus, it is 75% of the time not them. Now, let me give you a valid response. Think about it. If you are the imposter, you are trying to act the least sus as possible. And then the crewmates, well, they don't really care. They're just trying to find out who the murderer is, or the imposter is even, and do their tasks. And since they're doing that, people are going to suspect that the crewmates are sus, and not the imposter, because the imposter is trying to act the least sus as possible. And that's why, and of course, sometimes the imposter is the most sus, but that's mostly for new players and people who were not playing before. So basically, I hope you understand what I'm saying. You have to sometimes suspect the people that are not sus, until you suspect the people that are. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because I will be posting another video very soon on how to always win as an imposter. Very easy, and you basically always get 100% guaranteed to win. Make sure to join my Discord. Link is in the description. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.